going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me on today's video. I'm Mr. AJ Focus. Bloody hell, I almost got taken out by a bird. Did you hear that? Jeez, let's try that again. Hello everyone, I'm Mr. AJ Focus. Thank you for joining me on today's video. As you can see, I'm back on front doors. And for good reason, and in a second I will show you inside the car what I've got going on. Now, this is going to be one of those videos that I'm just doing it for quirkiness and to see if I can get away with it. So you're probably already thinking, some of you might already know. If you follow me on Instagram, boom, on the bottom of the screen right now. Get on there. Like I said, I can't stress it enough. You need to get on Instagram and see things first before YouTube. Also, don't forget, if you want to help support my channel, because I'm shouting out now for help and support from you lovely subscribers to either just buy the merchandise. At the bottom of the video there is a link and you'll see the pictures of my merchandise on my storefront, so go and grab some merchandise or sign up to my Patreon. On Patreon you get to see the video 2 weeks early or a week early depending on when you go on there, and sometimes you also get a month look ahead as well, what's going on, and you get one-to-one chats with me, and also you get special discounts on my storefront as well. So Patreon as well, it's a small subscription a month, and I would definitely be ever so grateful for anyone sign up to that. And also I will drop your name at the end of each video as well if you do that for me, because I'm shouting out now for some support and help for the Fiesta build, because we're so close to getting this thing almost done. So if you want to see me continue building this, because I'm running out of ideas, I'm running out of videos, so I need some support, guys, so feel free to go and grab some of the gear. I appreciate that. But anyway, yeah, back on to today's video. I'm Mr. AJ Focus. How are we all doing? This is the Fiesta, and as you can see, there's a bit of a tube there. You might be able to see it on the screen what it says. So this is going to be one of those chocolate covered cakes that's got a really weird centerpiece. You know, it looks lush on the outside, but is it going to taste good? I don't know, there's a good context right there, but I'm going with it. Now, front windows, as we know, all windows on cars come factory tinted. Believe it or not, they are actually tinted, because if you look at the glass here and then look at it above, you can see a slight, just an ever so slight different tint in the glass, because don't forget, glass is made from sand and all crushed together, believe it or not. Now, a lot of people go for the window tints on the front. Recently I've just installed a new sun strip to the front of the car as well, because remember in one of the videos I said it went a bit crusty and a bit horrible. I did replace it with a matte black one. I absolutely hated matte black. It did not blend in to the actual glossiness of the sides here of the glass, so I've gone for a gloss black one now, and that looks much better. Just really has made the front end of that windscreen now look a bit nicer. I'm not tinting the windscreen because I think that's absolutely horrible. And today we are going to tint the front glass. I know some of you think, don't do it, AJ, or yeah, that's going to look cool. Now, for many reasons don't do it. It's because it is illegal. It's a touchy subject. It depends how light you're going with it. You could do in the UK you can't physically tint your glass, but I have seen many cars, especially around here, with tinted front glass. You can tint it, you just have to be very careful. So I've been safe. No, I have not gone like that, because that is a 5% limo tint on the back of the Fiesta, which is why it's so incredibly black. You can't see in at all. Sometimes you can't even see out. No, honestly you can see out. It's just yeah, it just looks nice, but it lets the side of the car front windows down. So I've gone in here. There's 2 front window tints. I will leave a link down below where I got this from. I got it off eBay from a tint company. They can make any tint you want that has already been pre-cut, made for the car. So I've gone for a pre-cut front tint. So I don't have to do any cutting, I just have to stick it to the glass. Now if you're wondering why I've taken the door card off, it's a bit overkill in it. It's because obviously when the door trim at the top up there sits really close to the glass here. Now I've removed that, look how much gap, I can get my finger there, that's how much gap I've got to play with. So when I get the glass in a minute really wet, I can move the tint around undisturbed by the rubber seal, so I can get the tint to sit exactly how I want it. And also I can push it in to the sides as well. And without that rubber trim there, I can get the tint, like I said, sitting nice and flush against the glass. I'm going to do it to that side as well. I'm not going to film this process. I'm going to film the passenger door in a minute. I'm just going to have a crack at it on my own, off camera, on the front here. And I've only got one life to do this because they've only sent me 2 tints, one for this door, one for the other door. So if I muck it up, then this video is obviously gone kaput. So wish me luck. I'm going to crack on with it now. Things you're going to need though is obviously you're going to remove your door card. You've seen this before, it's like a little screws everywhere. Going to need something to clean the glass, so I've used a nice clean microfiber cloth. I also use a little squeegee as well to get round and get that dirt off. Loads of dirt came off that glass, believe it or not, a minute ago. I'll just use some house window cleaner. This stuff is like for like PVCs and stuff like that, so it's really strong stuff, so it gets off all kinds of grime and dirt, and it really did get in there. Also, you're going to need a heat gun as well. And also, though, this is not ceramic boost in here, I've used it up, so I'm using a squirty bottle with a little bit of washing up liquid in there and water as well, so you're going to definitely need that. You might need a blade as well, I don't know, you might do, like I said, it's already been pre-cut, but you never know, you might need a blade. The most important thing is obviously a squeegee, so I've bought a little kit like this, again offline, this is only £2, and it comes with a little plastic thing with a little rubber carpety end to it so it doesn't scratch the tint, this is a proper tinting tool that I bought online, so I thought I'll just get that as well because I'm doing this, so definitely going to need that, and it comes with the blade in there as well, so I'm going to use that. Before I crack on, I'm just going to drink the rest of my coffee and then I'll get on with this, so cheers guys, see you in a sec. Okay, so I've not cracked on with it yet. I've got to tell you what sort of tint I've gone for. I was explaining the tint, but I forgot to tell you. So I've just taken the tint out of the packaging, and yeah, be very, very careful with tint because it does damage easily. If you crease it, you will get a crease in it. It's not like wrap, where if you get like a crease in a wrap, you can just heat it up and it should come out. Unfortunately with tint, it's, as I did the back window on here, as you know, back windows are really, really curved. All the glass is curved. It has all the windows have like a bow in them, but the back windows I always find a struggle. So that took me 4 attempts to do the back window. Still not perfect in some corners, but it looks much better than the previous attempts. But yeah, because I've got creases in it and stuff like that, and yeah, so you've got to be very, very careful because I've got one life. It's only one side a piece, so I'm going to do this very, very carefully. So I've got to find out what side is the driver's side window in here. So the tint I've gone for, like I said, this is a 5% limo tint. This is the blackest you can get for the windows on cars. Now it goes up in numbers. The higher the number, the lighter it is. So I was going to go for a 50%, but I think I've gone 75, like an ultra light smoke. Basically, that's what I've gone for, an ultra light smoke. It doesn't look it, but it is ultra light because I didn't want to go too bait with it really. I don't want to get like pulled over or anything like that. And if I do see it, well, I'll do that, officers. I'm a good boy on the road. I do see a, I'll just do the windows down. Take me back to the Max Power days when all our car windows were heavily tinted on the front. We all ran to our cars to do our windows down, but yeah, that's the tint. Now it has got a film on it to protect the tint as well from anything scratching or whatnot, and then you just peel the tint film off afterwards. So it's got a protector layer over the tint, which is pretty cool. So let me get this undone and then we'll find out what side I need. So wish me luck with that. Right guys, I'm nowhere near a tinting expert, I'll tell you. But that ain't too bad. I've only got a few tiny little creases. Hopefully, I'm using the heat gun and they are slowly disappearing into the glass or into the tint, which is a bit annoying, but you know, for a first attempt it isn't actually too bad. I mean, there's a little crease, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's a bit hard to see, just about there, I don't know if you guys can see that, right in the middle part, but I might even get the heat gun on that. I've got most of them out with the heat gun. There's a little one just down here, you can see those ones. But like I said, the heat gun is slowly making them disappear, and then I'll just use a pin in a minute. But you can't really see it from a distance, and it looks alright. It looks alright. What's that stopping it? Hang on a minute. You can definitely see it's tinted. Well, you can't really, unless you're really looking. It just looks like a normal, because you can still see through, which is what I wanted. you can just about see through it. I mean, it just slightly tints it a little bit. Also, it's good for the summer as well. It keeps it much cooler in there. And yeah, also my eyes are very sensitive to light, so that's why you always see me wearing sunglasses. Even when it's not sunny outside, I'm still wearing sunglasses. So I've got really sensitive eyes to the sun rays, and so doing this will definitely help. I mean, it already helped for the back of the car. You know, the sun coming in and keeps it nice and cool in there. So this is definitely going to help as well in the summer, keep it cooler. But you can definitely see a difference. I'll go to the other side. So before and after. Well, after the other side, this is before. So this is not tinted yet, and you can see it's much more. You can see more in, to be honest. If I go up to it, there you go, like that. And if I go around the other side, like that, you see. On camera it looks much darker, but in person I can see the steering wheel, I can see who's in the car, I can see everything. It's just a little bit darker in there, which is what I was going for. I don't want to go, like I said, I don't want to go bait like this, because I would definitely get stopped for that. This I think I can get away with. For how long? Well, I don't know, but you know what? I'm really, really happy with that. Even though I've actually done a good job. I mean, I was a bit like all over the place. The wind kept picking up like it always does when I'm out here doing stuff like this. And now there's no freaking wind. But as soon as I get on with something, wind kicks up. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to let the sun bake that. I'm going to crack onto the other side, and I'll come back in a minute with the heat gun. Once everything's sort of settled in, I will try and get some of the creases out. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Before I do that, actually, hang on a minute. And this is a better way to look at it. Oh yeah, you can definitely see that one is slightly darker than that one. That's a good way to look at it. But I think that's acceptable, to be honest, because like I said, you can still see in clearly. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with that side. Wish me luck. This one's gone sort of okay. I am sort of happy with it, you know. And hopefully over time, you know, the heat and whatnot will sort of settle the creases. I mean, over time, the creases that are on some of these have disappeared now because of the heat. Back window as well has gone sort of on the corners, so they're disappearing. So over time it will happen to this as well. But like I said, I'll go in there with the heat gun in a minute. These are not part of the tint. This is actually, my glass is actually scratched. I didn't know the glass was scratched until I tinted it. So yeah, some of the glass is slightly scratched. Doesn't matter. But I'm happy with that. I'm sorry I'm not filming it as I'm doing it. It's really, really tedious. I'm literally really concentrating so hard, you know. I just want to show you the before and after, really. I know a lot of you do like me doing a lot of hands-on, and you like to see it being done as I'm working, but it's quite hard to film and hold the camera. I mean, I've got my stabiliser, but I'll try and do it on the other side in a minute. But yeah, I'm going to take some pictures now for Instagram if you want to see this, so yeah. Right, so that's that side done. You can't really tell, to be honest. Looks pretty good. I'm unhappy with a few little bits on it. That's to be expected, so I don't even know how long it's going to last, to be honest. We'll just see. The only one thing that will annoy me is that bit in the middle there, you can see it. I'm going to try and get a what are these, I can't remember what these, a pin in a minute. I'm going to try and get a pin up there, spray some water up in there and try and clear that out. But other than that though, not too bad. I mean, because I've got the scratches in the glass, that little bit there looks like it's part of the glass. So other than that though, it ain't too bad, considering I'm not a tinting expert at all. So then we're going to crack on with this now on the passenger side. So now I'm just going to remove the door card, because like I said, it is easy without the door card on there, and then you're going to want to clean your glass. So next time you see it, the door card is off. Right, after you remove your door card, next thing you want to do now is clean your glass quite thoroughly. So get your glass cleaner. Spray it all on. Like so. Get a nice clean cloth. Give it a wipe. get the tint ready to apply to the glass and then move it around and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that quickly now off camera. Like I said, I'm not a window tint expert, so if anyone out there is a window tint expert and know how to do this sort of thing, keep the comments to yourself. I know what I should be doing. I should be putting it on the outside, heating it up until it forms the glass, but I didn't do it on the other side, and I just heated it up when it stuck to the glass, and I just got the glass really wet. The tint's inside now really wet as well, so I'm just going to apply it one bit at a time, spray it as I'm going, and then apply it, get it lined up, then use the heat gun and squeegee, and then go from there really. So this, I don't know if it's the right way. I'm not like that, I'm not a tint expert, you know, I'm just winging it. Tinted. You know what? This side, I don't know how I managed to do it, but this side actually came out better than the driver's side. There are no creases, there is no any imperfections at all. This went on perfectly. I think because I used a little bit more washing up liquid in it. So, damn, that is awesome. Absolutely perfect this side. Like I said, there's no imperfections at all. I'll do a little bit of cutting on the edge because the rubber seal gets really close to the actually sits on the glass, so it's kept pulling the tint. So that's the only bit of trimming that I did do. You can't see it because it's got that black rubber there, so it's sort of yeah, blends in with the tint. But wow, that's much better than the other side. I might have to rebuy a tint just for that side and redo it all because I don't like the little imperfections on it. But this side's absolutely, I don't know how I've managed to do that, but that's spot on. I really like that. Right, I'm going to get the heat gun on it now and heat it up and just massage it into place. Like I said, no edges are coming up so far, so this is why the heat gun now comes in handy, just to sort of get it to bond to the glass. Obviously doing that obviously disturbs the liquid that is behind the tint still, so this is the best way now to see if the edges are going to start coming up and which bits to work on. So I'm going to do this off camera and I'll get back to you guys in a little while. And just like that, I'll try and set some pictures and clips of before and after, but you can see in the video, and that's definitely much better. This side's come up much nicer than it did the other side. There is no imperfections on that glass whatsoever. I'm going to crack on and do the other side now, but I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to see what I can do with that side, get that little imperfection out. But if it comes down to it, on camera focus, I'll probably end up buying another piece for that side. But oh my god, that's like definitely made it much better to look at as well. Like I said, very, very windy. It's just definitely going to help in the summertime, keep it a bit cooler in there. I don't have aircon, so yeah, it's going to be better on my eyes as well. But we'll see how long it lasts, you know, see if anything happens, you know. But I like that, that's very nice, I must admit. If you guys liked it too, don't forget, drop me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you've done the same thing as well, or if you're in a different country where this is legal, let me know. But like I said, I've gone for a really, really light, ultra light smoke, I think it's called, something like that, so you can see through the entire car, through the outside. As you can see the houses through there, so you can see me, someone's in the car, but it just darkened the glass a tiny smidge. Some of the new Honda Civics actually come with factory tinted glass at the front, so this sort of tint to it as well, so yeah, I can't see why, but it looks factory, it really does. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with that, unbelievably. Can't believe how much it's just transformed, to be honest. Who would have thought that? But yeah, anyway, I'm going to get going, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Remember, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And then, like I said, if you want to help out with the Fiesta build, we're almost done. If you want to help out, like I said, feel free to just sign up to Patreon, grab some merchandise. Everything helps, guys, honestly. Just to get the next videos coming. With your help, you can definitely get the videos coming out again and again and again. And like I said, I will drop everyone's names who sign up to Patreon, or whoever buys anything. I will drop their names on the end of each of videos, so you want to get involved in that as well, by all means. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see a lot more, and like I said, if you got on Patreon, you get to see videos and stuff weeks early. So I'll see you on my next video, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Mr. AJ Focus. This has been the Fiesta tinting the front windows, and I really, 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 really like that. See you later. Thanks.